give us your name.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped penis? Claim when erect, it was thick towards the bottom, but was thin and small towards the head portion, and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words, I apologize. But as Mr.
Boy, welcome to another episode of Wonglo Radio. Today is a very not special episode because our boy Caleb the Kind is now Caleb the Absent because he was captured by...
Yep.
He was actually captured by the Proud Boys. Proud Boys member Jerry Mander called us and left a ransom note, and it said, yeah, we took your Caleb, and so right now I can only assume he's being subjected to like alt-right propaganda. So instead we have Isaac to fill in. So you got some big shoes to fill, buddy.
Yeah, he's like a 11, 12?
Yeah.
Caleb has size like 32 shoes.
God damn. Fuck, sorry.
Wait.
Yeah, you can tell he's coming to like a function when his like toes arrive 30 minutes before he does.
Dude, I'm hungry.
I wonder how much fucking like energy, like how much more energy it takes to sustain those fucking bad boys.
Well, he's got fucking serious quads. Like it looks like a ham.
That's crazy.
I think Caleb like leaves a footprint of just like bile when he walks. I think, and I think
bile.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like he's like fucking Shin Godzilla when it's like a fish.
He's like Shin Godzilla, and he's like leaking like green bile everywhere out of his like foot gills,
Yo,
and
that's fucking hot.
And and then Caleb, he when he gets to like a certain level of like metamorphosis, he makes a little cocoon, and he lives in there for a while until he emerges as a beautiful Caleb fly.
That's kind of cool.
Caleb
I want to see that like chrysalis, you know.
It's not a pretty sight.
I would like to see Caleb like crystallized in a cave for 10,000 years. Like,
okay, speaking of crystallized in a cave, have you guys seen what the Department of Homeland Security posted on Twitter?
I think Are you talking about the one where it was like some fucking like kid who was just like he made like a shit post TikTok with like random people, and they're like, "Fuck around and find out, we'll fucking kill you, dude."
No.
Find out, buddy.
No, it's just this picture. It's just this picture of a bunch of black guys in like gems with their faces, and it's. Hold on, let me fucking pull this up.
I want to see this. Can you put it in the episode so people know?
I'll I can put it in the like background. I'll use that as the anti-copyright image to like
slowly fading in. Have it slowly fading in up until this point. So at this point, it'd be fully,
I'm trying to
by now.
Yeah, at this point it's fully rendered in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you should see it. Audio listeners, you'll have to imagine this, or I presume you guys, if you guys are listening to this podcast, you probably use Instagram, so you've probably seen it a few times. Fuck! I'm trying to find where the.
I wish I could use Instagram actually.
I really want to show you this picture because it's fucking bizarre.
For me, like I've been looking at not like very often, but I get fucking Homeland Security shit on Twitter, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They've just been deranged. I mean, I think what happened is like the fucking shit that happened with like Wendy's, where they hired some like
Yeah.
Gen Z kid.
But it was like a Nick Fuentes fan
What are you
instead. So
talking
he's
about?
posting this weird like
It
Agartha
was a Nick
shit.
Fuentes, like Gen Z kid.
What is this?
Brother.
So the Department of Homeland Security's Twitter in the last like month has been just actually probably more like the last like couple weeks, honestly.
Yeah,
Has just been really fucking weird. Like just
and like
bizarre. They're shit posting esoteric like Hyperborean Nick Fuentes like memes. And it's like
Like
it's
Agartha?
real yeah, like Agartha and
That's
like,
oh
literally.
thank you.
and also like, so there's this one that I don't know if it's the same thing that Anthony is mentioning, but it's
Mhm.
literally like this black kid on TikTok, and he made a video with the caption like, you know, Iran, don't fuck with us or some shit. It's just like a shit post, right? He's like literally my age, you know, and or no, he's like high school or some shit, and he was just making a shit post talking about like, haha, Iran, don't mess with us, my gang, whatever, we're gonna light you up. And then the Department of Homeland Security took that
Mhm.
video, changed the caption to say like, we're gonna like kill ICE officers. And then
Oh.
the Department of Homeland Security then put the caption like, fuck around and find out.
That's really
Like, dude,
funny.
that's not even the
Dude,
original.
Hold on, so the guy was on their side?
Yeah, he was saying like, yo,
basically yeah.
And then the Department of Homeland Security got some like random doctored video where it says, I'm gonna kill ICE officers. And they're like, I'm gonna get my fucking goons to kill you, actually.
I really like that the DHS is like almost blatantly, openly like racist. Like, did you see that shit they were talking about remigrate? They're saying remigrate to fucking immigrants. That's like
Really?
a literal not. Yeah,
Well,
it's like
I know,
it's a Nazi term.
I know, like the German AFD. I know they've been saying that. They're like remigration.
Remigration is good. Is good.
Is good,
Is
yeah.
good.
I just killed so many Juden, yeah. Now I go kill Muslimin.
Muslimin, is that how they say it?
I don't know. I'm going to assume it.
I don't
Yeah,
really
like-
like Muslims, they're funny.
I go on
That's all I took from
Instagram.
that.
I go on Instagram and I see the funny guy. He goes, the shawarma, the bibsi, and I go, haha, that's too funny.
More like Beppis, dude. More like freaking Beppis, dude.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Yeah, dude.
this.
Beppis is literally awesome. That's like my favorite meme.
Well, my favorite meme is probably Dat Boy.
Oh,
Or
true.
like,
Here
dude,
comes
did
Dat
you see Nick
Boy.
Fuentes? Nick Fuentes was on Tucker Carlson, dude. I
Really
haven't watched
quick?
it yet.
Really quick.
I haven't watched it yet, but
Anthony, your favorite meme is Big Chungus, bro. You had it on the ski helmet, and it was cool. Don't switch up on your ones, bro.
you can have multiple favorites. You can have multiple. Dat Boy was before Big Chungus, so it was kind of like my childhood. So it's kind of got like a special place in my heart. But Big Chungus, like I gotta tell you, man, big old Chungus.
Yeah.
That's a good ass meme, bro. That's the type of shit you see on the toilet and you sit back and you go, damn, bro. I wish I had thought of that. I wish I had thought of that. That shit mad funny. That shit mad funny.
Big Chungus.
I saw Big Chungus the other day. They're saying it's a dead meme, but I'm still laughing. Very weird.
Something I've
Very weird.
I've never really understood. They say that Harambe is a dead meme. We will never forget Harambe.
We will never forget.
Oh my god, I saw this picture. I really, really, really want you guys to see this because I thought you guys had
I
seen
want to
this.
see it. I want to see it.
I'm
No, I
literally
really
getting
do.
my goon juice
I
ready.
really do go out of my way to avoid looking at political stuff, but I still see it. So it's not like I don't totally know what's going on because you can't really get
I
away
do
with.
the opposite of avoiding. I
That's
do the
not
opposite of
good.
avoiding.
The
That's not
the
good.
the apolitical proletarian is inevitably compelled to political struggle, not by their own wishes, but by conditions uncontrolled
Oh
by
my
them.
god. A bunch of fucking phlegm just got sucked into my air tube. Sorry.
It's not like I'm looking at the.
Owner alert.
It's not like I'm not looking through the comments. Like I'm doing this to myself. It's just I can't stop myself at this point because I feel like I wake up and I see Trump next to a nuke and I'm like, well, that's how it is.
Dude, yeah, he's talking. He's gonna start doing nuclear tests again.
What is? Yeah,
That's
what?
awesome. I think my favorite thing is insinuating like we haven't done enough nuclear testing.
Right.
Yeah, no. Well, we don't know what happens when you drop them on people. So, or we don't know
Yeah.
what happens when you detonate a nuke. So, like, we have to see what happens.
Again,
Guy,
Trump was like reading through like the 1940s like manifests of nuclear arms testing, and he's like, I want to see it for myself.
igniting the atmosphere. I said that sounds very cool. I love 4th of July. Very cool.
Dude, what if he drops the first? What if he drops the first nuke? What if he drops like another nuke on the 4th of July in like 2026?
Well, he did talk about. He did low-key imply he was gonna drop missiles on people. There it is. I found it. Okay.
I'd be shocked, honestly. I feel like everything he's doing is just like.
I'm dropping this in I'm dropping this in the Wonglo's worldwide signal group. Look at this shit, dude. Look at this shit.
Bro, what the
fuck is this, bro?
I'm surprised they didn't put any George Floyd on it.
No
I
caption.
have no clue. I actually don't even know what it's supposed to mean. There's no caption. There's no text on screen. This is clearly this is a picture of like Chinatown or something, and there's just a bunch of crystals with black dudes in it. I don't know who these black dudes are. I don't know who they are. Are these criminals? Are these just random black dudes? Are these like mugshots? Because these don't.
What?
This is literally.
And why does one of them?
This is
why
like
does
some
one of them
esoteric.
low-key kind of look like? Yeah, this is esoteric as fuck. Why does one of them low-key look like a race swap JD Vance?
Let's have a look. I see him.
Yeah.
It's got layers to it. Thank you.
You know what I probably think it is.
Huh.
It's probably like some of the black dudes who've gotten like quote unquote remigrated to like some fucking random place.
They became crystallized.
Sudan. Yeah, they became crystallized.
Yeah, they got crystallized. Well, it looks like some like George Droid fucking universe shit, but it's the official Department of Homeland Security posting that.
And I was gonna say, isn't Trump known?
You're gonna hear me chewing on this sushi right now. Ow.
That's awesome, bro. I just put some taquitos in the air fryer.
Kind of tough, kind of badass.
But I was gonna say, didn't like at the beginning of like, this year, people were mad at Trump for hiring like a bunch of like basically kids, like a bunch.
That was Elon Musk, yeah.
That was Elon Musk. So
yeah, because he basically hired a bunch of like 19-year-olds at the oldest to work for the Department of Government Efficiency.
Anthony, we could hear every single crime, bro.
I'm muting that. I'm muting that.
But I was gonna say, like, what's the chances of it just being like a fucking 19-year-old?
Oh no, it absolutely is.
Like 100%. Like there's not a 35-year-old guy who has like a wife and a baby on the way. He's not posting that shit.
He's not posting. I bet
that's
if you.
That's a
bet it's
20-year-old intern who fucking scrolls too much racist Instagram and is on Telegram groups with like esoteric ass
Dude,
racist memes.
I think if you're
Modern
like
day 4chaners.
intern, I think if you're like an intern, you probably shouldn't have unlimited access to the fucking DHS Twitter. I don't
What?
know.
Wait, why?
What?
Wait, why?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. You're right.
I think
Like,
power should stay unchecked.
this only applies to like such a minority of people. Like the kinds of posts
the
that they're making.
What the fuck was that?
Hmm?
Anyway, nothing. I heard a sound.
I don't know.
That's the ICE. That's the ICE coming to get you. I called him last week.
Ya ven el cielo.
La migra way.
No mames.
I guess speaking
Dude.
of Elon Musk, there was one topic I wanted to bring up. I don't know if this is kind of old because I'm not sure when this happened, but it is really funny, and I just found out about it. But you guys know who Lex Friedman is, right?
I believe
Lex
so.
Friedman? I think so.
See, that's the point. You're like, I don't know. See, he's like,
I've heard the name. What does he look like?
I mean, he's just fucking like white guy. I don't know, but like, so he's this tech oligarchy guy who, I mean, like, is so blatantly just like a tech plant. He's like obsessed with people thinking that he went to MIT instead of some fucking other college he went to because he's like just one of these weirdos who, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, he basically got a job for like Tesla because he glazed the fuck out of Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is like clapping his feet while he was reading it, saying like, so it was like an article basically saying you can drive a self-driving Tesla from one end of the country to the other without touching it, right? Which is obviously so true. And it was truer. And it was truer back in 2024. It was truer back in 2024. And so basically he's like head of like AI or something. So like his whole credit is that he made the Tesla self-driving car, which obviously you might as well give that to anybody because like what if I started working on it and I didn't finish it? I basically have the same accomplishments as he does, is what I'm trying to say.
What I find really funny is like he's credited with it, but he joined Musk in 2024.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
they actually developed AI self-driving vehicles from like early 2024, and then that's it. He literally from the ground up.
He said, "I have an idea," and then here we go.
Eureka!
We all have self-driving cars. We all have self-driving cars and shit. But basically, he tried to start like a podcast, and
he's a podcast.
It's called Wonglo Radio.
Yeah, it was called Wonglo Radio, and he just like immediately started getting people like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, just like with like no views. So like it's just very, very weird. But but like he's just he's you guys have to look up clips of him because he wrote this song for Joe Rogan, and I usually think Joe Rogan looks like a big, smart fellow.
Wait, he wrote a song for him?
Right. And
dude, that's fucking gay.
No, it is gay.
Dude, that's gay. That's gay.
Did he use a ukulele to write it?
I don't remember specifically what it said, but it went along the lines of like, in these dark times, there's one man's shoulder you can lean on, and he's got nice traps and a really wide back, and like, bro. Joe Rogan's like, you fucked up, bro. You shouldn't have done that.
Wait, he didn't like it?
No, he was like, you fucked up, man. Anyway.
Oh my god, that's actually so insane.
He didn't even like it.
I looked him up again, and apparently he's from Tajikistan.
Yeah, back when it was still the USSR.
Yeah,
I was also reading. So he's actually a Judeo-Bolshevist.
Yeah, he's a Judeo-Bolshevik. He actually is Jewish.
Wait, hold Hold up. Yeah. I literally clicked the early life section and it said he is Jewish.
Dude, I know the guy, probably the same guy who runs the DHS account, who sees that. He's like, it's all, I fucking knew it, bro.
He was like, dude, I clocked that shit, dude.
I
clocked
clocked
that
it.
shit immediately.
Do not check the Wonglo radio's early history.
Nate,
Yeah.
Jewish. Caleb, Jewish.
Nate, Jewish.
Anthony,
Jewish.
Jewish.
Super Jewish.
Isaac, Aryan as fuck.
True.
But Eddie's Jewish.
Eddie's Jewish. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Eddie is allegedly Isaac's blood brother.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but why? Because even crazier is Lex Friedman got Zelensky on his podcast, right?
Wait,
Yeah, and
I want the same connections as this guy.
this is like unreal. Like seeing this made me raffle, quite frankly. He asked Zelensky if he'd be able to forgive Vladimir Putin through the power of love.
That might work, actually. I've seen an anime or two.
What did he say? What did he say? Did he say yes?
I mean, I think he just kind of gave like a nothing answer because he you could see it in his face. He's like, "Are you fucking serious?" He's like looking at him.
He's like
that was
Elon
like-
Musk fucking goons told me to do this guy.
Zelensky, do you think that in your heart of hearts you could just find it in your heart to forgive Vladimir Putin for, like, he's a human just like us, and he's experiencing life for the first time, and really you just gotta take into account that he can make mistakes just like you can, and
He doesn't know what he doesn't know what he's doing is bad. He has no idea.
He has no idea that what he does hurts people.
Stop fighting! It's just like
it's like the image of the furry and like the parents fighting.
Yeah.
That's he's the furry.
Lex Friedman.
Yeah, he's the furry in the foreground, like crying because his parents are fighting. Putin and Zelensky. You think
that's fucking beautiful, dude?
That reminds me of when Trump and Elon were like having their feud, and I saw an image of like JD Vance as the furry child.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. That was well, it wasn't interesting because nothing happened, but it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny.
They were on that real quick from calling Elon Musk a genius to a retarded little baby.
It's because he crashed out and he started saying Trump was on the Epstein list, which is true. But
that is actually kind of crazy how he literally just said that, and he was like, "That's right, I'm starting a war, Trump he's on the Epstein list, And like,
yeah,
I like that you little
Trump literally just like they argued and they made up and made out a little bit.
Right, Trump just ignored it. He called him Trump was like, "You're a bitch," and that was literally it because Elon Musk is a bitch. He is a bitch, and he backed out immediately.
That's crazy.
Trump did actually kind of like, and I hate to say it, he mogged the fuck out of Elon. It's really easy to mog autistic nerds who thinks
he's always mocked him. I remember like very early on into his presidency, Trump was like, well, I saw Elon Musk, and that guy. You can tell him. You could say, "Get on your knees and pray for me," and he's like, "Okay." You can make him.
Are you talking about the old Trump tweet about Elon?
Yeah.
He's like, "You can make him beg."
I would make him beg for a little bit of daddy's milk.
That's how you know, like, it's so fucking cucked, man. Like, you're so absolutely unapologetically cucked.
Right, but there's something.
So and like Trump can shit on you so hard. Trump can say you're just like a docile little dove,
right?
And you try to smack the hand that feeds you, And then he goes, "Don't
And
hurt me. You know you love me. Come on, come back."
But that's not that's the weird thing. Like, what is he feeding him? It's not money.
I mean, absolutely is because Trump is
it's
letting.
definitely
Well,
some money.
the thing with Doge, the thing with Doge was that Trump basically gave Elon Musk all the ability to go after agencies and departments that had cases against him,
Mhm.
Right.
and saying that they were actually like super wasteful, so they have to defund them.
Yeah.
So that's
And
why he was being a bitch about it.
Partially, I imagine.
See, that's why it's funny to like you call Elon Musk a little, you call him a little bitch. He's been called a bitch before, but I think it gets to him every single time, and that's the problem.
You know
well,
what's
yeah, it's really funny for all his like boasting he does online. He is a very soft-hearted, like take things to heart person. He always gets fucking mad. He always takes the bait. He's not
it's
very.
beautiful.
It's
I
awesome.
kind
You
of
just love to see
You
it.
gotta be very smart. You gotta be very smart.
I kind of miss when he was in like the mainstream, like trying to be cool and stuff and be hip, like trying to
The
be
thing
number
is,
one in
like,
the game.
When he was in fucking Iron Man.
I remember that. No, I was talking about like 2024 when he's trying to be like the best, like I don't know, fucking Dota player or whatever the fuck.
oh, that's
Oh.
actually so funny. I thought that was like so hilarious because he just paid some like Chinese guy or something to do it for him.
Right. The one that I thought was funny was he posted his Elden Ring build and it's just a bunch of fuck ass fucking weapons he picked up.
Yeah, his Elden Ring build make no fucking sense.
Let me
I
get a
love it.
stick. I got a stick with a bone. And then yeah, you beat Godric and all that. I'm proud of
Yeah,
him.
yeah, dude. I beat all the bosses in one try, so I actually did a no-hit run with this build.
I think what's really funny about it is like he tweets so like people were able to disprove that he had any significant amount of time in Dota or in any other video game
Because
because
he was
of,
gaming or tweeting too much.
because of the frequency of his tweets. He would literally have to get off the game or like to literally like enter tweet literally like every like because like every hour he tweets like 4 times, like 4, 5, 7 times.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he would literally have to get off of Twitter to tweet. So he'd have to get off the game to tweet. And it basically contradicts that he had any significant amount of time or progress in any video game because he literally just spends his days tweeting.
Awesome.
Which is what you should be doing. You're contributing
Yeah.
to society. You're
Yeah,
I
I mean,
should.
it is it's like your platform. You can start tweeting. Yeah, why not?
I never got into Twitter. Like it's such. I've never been one for microblogging. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't know. I just can't get into it. I never have enough to say.
For me,
Yeah.
like I have I have 2 Twitters, right? I have one that has been my Twitter for a while, where I just like repost art of Toho, and that's it, and like hats. And
That's
then I have
fucking raw.
another Twitter that I made recently because of my political friends. They like to shitpost on Twitter, so I just decided to make a shitpost politics account, and that's about it.
Maybe I should hop on the Twitter microblogging plane. Well, what I do is I make a Way of the Wonglo page, and then I just say Wonglovian sayings and spread the philosophy.
You should actually get on Thread so that people will actually see it.
Well, I'll have multiple accounts, dumbass.
That's a joke, by the way.
I don't even know anything about Threads. Like, what even is Threads, Loki?
Dude, the second
It's
they
just
announced
Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
People gotta get on that Billy trend. You feel me?
Billy?
Have you heard of Billy?
What the hell is that?
What the fuck?
Billy is like the YouTube of China.
Really?
Billy?
Wait, I kind of want to hop in. Billy,
Yeah.
like the name.
Yeah, the name
Dude,
is Billy.
I fuck with that.
It's literally
Fuck, where's my phone?
Billy is literally if you mix, it's if you mix YouTube with Instagram and a little bit of Pinterest.
Interesting.
Shit. I'm trying to learn those Chinese esoteric texts.
The thing
I
is like
do-
Red Note got really popular, and Red Note is basically like Chinese Instagram.
Did
But-
it?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
Red Note
remember
became a
it.
trend because of the TikTok being banned.
Right, which comes around once a year, and
Yeah,
people still fall for it.
the
But
yearly occurrence.
Welcome to Bilibili,
Now,
the
the thing
ultimate
that
home for anime fans, game addicts, tech geeks, and culture lovers. Ever
My-
dreamed of a place where you could
Like-
binge anime edits?
here's the thing about Bilibili that makes it really esoteric, right?
Mhm.
In order to make an account, you have to give the company money, right?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
But-
no, you can have a guest account. You can have a you
Oh,
can
okay, okay.
like, you can go through it without paying for anything. But if you want to make an account, you have to pay. Now, someone made an account for me,
Oh shit.
and I was allowed to change
What?
the email and password and everything. So it's my account, and it's a
Oh.
paid Bilibili account.
What's on there?
Dude.
What's on there?
I can show you. I can show you my account on Bilibili.
Dude,
Well, for the
that's
listeners,
how we break into the
what's
Chinese market. That's how we break into the Chinese market.
I could
I was-
actually just fucking upload the things to Bilibili if I learned how to do it.
So I don't know how unethical this is, but I just thought about this just last night. I thought about
Hmm.
what everyone's got to make a little bit of money, right? Everyone's got to get a little bit of growth. So what if we had
Uh-huh.
Wonglo Spanish? Okay, that's a different channel where you re-upload everything in Spanish. Okay, we have Wonglo India. All right, Wonglo China, Wonglo.
Wonglo, Philippines.
Wonglo, Philippines, Wonglo. Well, it'd be Wonglo, Manila.
Yeah, those
That's
are the only
true.
countries I know. I kind of ran out.
I'm not exactly
China,
familiar
India,
with
and that's
China,
it.
India, Mexico.
I'm not
Yes.
exactly familiar with this, you know,
China, India, and Spanish.
Spanish land.
Yeah,
Spanish
Spanish.
land. You can buy
Do you
NFTs.
think Chinese people would listen to like 3 or 4 dumbass Americans talk about like random bullshit?
I think they make fun of
I
us.
think
Yeah.
they would like the novelty of like our politics and our stories.
I mean,
that were like
those
socialist leaning fucking working class dumb idiots with big fucking bellies full of food because we're American.
I know my belly big.
Yeah, but we don't eat with our hands because that's like jihadist, like Mamdani.
Yep.
It's funny because I'm literally eating with my hands right now.
Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that drama with
Yeah, because he's eating
Mamdani?
like biryani or something.
I don't know.
I
He
did
wasn't
see that.
eating biryani. I think he was. I don't know, but he was eating like
I thought he.
it could be biryani, but I've seen biryani eaten with like regular instruments, right? But
Yeah, I think he was eating it with bread.
Bro, I don't care if he ate soup with his hands. I don't give a shit. Like, that's what's crazy.
Okay, wait, hold on. Would you not be a little concerned though if you're like chilling out with a
Okay,
guy
wait.
and he ate soup with like handfuls of liquid and he like slurped it out of his hand bowl like Jesus did from the river?
I think if he like washed his hands afterwards and like he held your hand and like he gave you like a little look and you
He's
know.
like, "Hello, buddy," and then he takes a big bite of his carrot he pulled out of his soup and he goes, "What's up, doc?"
I mean, the whole point of the Mamdani, that's how you say it, right?
Mamdani.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mamdani.
you're like Sila and fucking Cuomo. They're like man Danny, Ma'am Danny.
Ma'am Danny, that Ma'am Danny, he's a jihadist. Hey, dagger.
I got shot 5 times in the back of a cab just for Ma'am Donnie. Just for Ma'am Donnie to talk about New Yorkers like I don't know New York. I was fucking smoking the pain away after I was shot 12 times in the back of a cab seat.
Yeah, a cab.
Yeah,
The
all right,
crab
dude.
guy, he
Whatever you
turned
say.
around and he said, "I'm going to kill you." And I said, "What? You're gonna what me in the ass?"
You gonna do what?
And
In the
wouldn't you
ass?
know it, he started
What are you
trying
gonna
to kill
shoot me? You're gonna shoot me
What are
with
you
that?
You gonna do what to me in my ass? And he shot me.
Yes.
I know,
No,
no, not with this wiener, not with this
Yeah.
long johns.
But there's
Well, I know one thing. Well, I know one thing's for sure. You can't be allowed in our social club.
I don't know what that
True.
means.
Get
I don't know what
fucking
that means.
buddy.
That's a joke for the Soprano fans in the audience.
Mm.
He's gotta
Um,
go. Anyway,
So what I found really funny about the whole Mamdani situation is in Los Angeles and in Canada, there's a very special phenomenon. Now, I for like 2 years in the military, I studied Iran, right? So I have a
right,
very intimate knowledge with a lot of Iranian culture and
Yeah.
uh, a lot of like other diaspora communities, because I learned it
right.
in the US, so obviously I would know the diaspora community. They love monarchy, dude. The monarchists, Irans, are so fucking funny.
Really?
Yes. Well, because
The like the young ones too?
well, okay. So the young ones, it depends. There are
Okay.
there are some Iranians who it's usually the older diaspora communities, but like the younger Iranians who are diaspora, a lot of them, actually lean like Democrat or social democrat, right?
Right.
And I'm sure like you could probably find a good portion of them in like the DSA or some shit. They're not that like they tend to be more progressive because they're brown. They're brown. These kids.
These kids, they're
So
brown.
that makes them progressive. But their parents are absolutely not, bro. Like their grandparents like fled Iran in 1979.
Yeah.
They're absolutely not. Because like here's the thing, right? It's like this. It's like saying oh, it's like when you talk to somebody and they're like, "Oh yeah, my dad, uh, he or no, not my dad, my great grandpa, he fled Russia, in 1917." You're like, "Oh, I know what kind of guy he is,
Mm.
I know what
Mm.
kind of guy he is.
I would say
I know what his deal was.
I
I
would
know what his
stand up.
deal was. I know why he didn't want to be there." Um, or there's like, "Yeah, my dad, he owned a big he owned a big farm and he fled China in 1950s." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh,
Check
so
it out.
he's one of those guys.
Right. My dad owned a
That's
big
literally
in 80
Well, my
something.
pop owned the plantation, so he had to get on out of the Mississippi. There's
there's a community in Brazil of ex-Confederate soldiers.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Anyways, but what I was getting to, the like grandpas who were there who were like 20 years old or like 10 or whatever during like the Shah and then the 1979 revolution where it became like a theocracy. All of them, to be fair, they were liberal, right? Because it was a pretty liberal country then. But when they came to Iran, they're liberal by monarchist 70s standards.
Yeah. Monarchist 70s Middle Eastern standards. So
So they're like I'm like questioning the whole gay thing, but what's really important is that we replace the supreme leader with the the prince of
yeah.
the previous king. They like unironically want it to be a monarchy. Like I'm not shitting you. They're literally
So
called monarchists, bro.
when
All
you
the Iranians
say
that I know who live in Iran or in Turkey, they're like bro, I fucking hate the fucking monarchists, bro.
Monarchists.
Dude, they're like
That's
super
awesome.
notorious. They're super notorious because like Iranian like people in Iran, when they look at Western media and they see an Iranian person in the West, like there's like a 50% chance that like their parents are like super hardcore monarchists, dude.
mm,
and it
So,
it literally pisses
Bro,
them to know
you're
off.
saying it's like the Gen X of Iran. Is that what you're saying? That their monarch?
literally, yeah, that is the Gen X of Iran.
I know. I was not
Or wait,
making
no,
a
no.
joke.
Is that the boomers of Iran?
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
the
what I was
boomers.
more at.
The boomers.
So
Of
Yeah.
Iran.
you're saying the kids are more liberal.
Yeah, the kids.
Well, yeah.
Their kids are
That's
more liberal, but so for example, when I was in my Farsi school, some military
Farsi.
work. When I was in my Farsi school, we do a project every semester, right? And so the first semester, you're expected maybe like a quarter of Farsi for the entire presentation. Second semester, it needs to be about 50 to 70% just full Farsi for your presentation. And for the last
Right.
semester, your presentation has to be 100% in Farsi. I don't mean the presentation slides, I mean when you're talking about it.
Mhm.
So you have to do it in 100% Farsi for your third semester. Now, for my second semester project, and I actually do have the slides. I still have the slides on my phone. It was about Iran and 1979 and the revolution, right? And I was talking about the relations, like how Americans. I was talking about how Americans and Iranians feel about each other. So I had to talk about the revolution because the hostage crisis that lasted 777 days, some insane stuff
Yeah.
like. Um, so I was being honest about it. I mean, at this time, I was like a left leaning like sock dem, right? Like I was like
Mhm.
people would probably call me like a democratic socialist at that time. So my
Mhm.
opinion wasn't like that dog shit. I was like, look, the Shah, he was, uh,
Good.
he was taking very like exploitative loans from the U.S. His
Mhm.
treatment of Iranian citizens made Iranians feel like second class citizens in their own country. For example, if there's a situation where an American like ran over and killed an Iranian guy, and
Mhm.
instead of punishing that person in Iran, that guy got extradited back to the U.S. and then he got like a pretty light sentence, right?
Yeah.
And Iranians were like, "Bro, what the fuck? He literally killed
Yeah.
like our guy." And yeah, so a lot of people find it really funny. They're like, "Bro, like the Shah was so fucking cool, bro." But then you're like, dude, okay, so why do they fucking overthrow him? Like, it's so you have to look at the history. So
Yeah.
uh, you saw the Shah was taking very exploitative loans. Iranians felt like second class citizens. The Savak, and this is kind of ironic, but Savak was like the secret police in Iran,
Mhm.
and they were known for being exceedingly brutal. Uh, and basically jumping over legal processes to just be like, okay, we're gonna machine gun you now, by the way. And yeah,
Wait,
like they're very. It was not a
that's
very.
not good. That's
That's
not good. You can't do that to people.
yeah, that's not exactly a good thing. Um, and all this and that, and I was basically
Mhm.
just like spitting facts. I was like, look, dude, the people of Iran, they didn't like the Shah. Uh, at least the vast majority of Iranians did not like the Shah. Uh,
Mhm.
and a lot of them didn't like what they perceived as like Western culture, like permeating through their society when, uh, they felt like it was like sort of betraying their cultural identity. And
Yeah.
um, that is one thing is that one is definitely pushed by the clergy of Iran because a lot of Iranians were Muslims and
Mhm.
they're very devout Muslims, so they would listen to their imams and the the clerics and the ayatollahs and stuff. Um, so like that was definitely pushed by those people. Be like, no, look at what they're doing to our beautiful culture, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But it was still a thing that was happening, right?
Yeah.
And so then yada yada. I explain it. My teacher, who I think she was like maybe 70 or so, she lived in Iran, like partially, like when like it was all unraveling, right?
Uh-huh.
And she left Iran as a kid, and her parents were very much, obviously because they left Iran, they're very much like on the side of the Shah, and so
Right.
she grew up Yekam monarchisti, like a little bit of a monarchist, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, and
Oh
when
shit.
when she saw my project, she literally got so mad. She got so mad at it. She got so mad at it that she passed it off to another teacher to do. She passed it off to the younger teacher who was like the leader of the rest of the teachers. She was like the representative of that group. She passed it off to her because she was younger, and she's like, I can't do this.
Shit,
This
man.
project.
Was it
too
that
fucking
bad?
woke.
Like, were you
Dude,
trying to piss her off, or like?
I was just saying the fucking facts, dude. I was saying like
Well,
I literally did so much research into that fucking project because I wanted it to be like historically accurate to the way that Americans felt. Sorry, the way that Iranians
Mhm.
felt. Because what I was going to do was I was going to tie it to like, look, even though Iranians didn't want Western culture or, sort of like an abstract thing, but since they were resistant to a lot of the
Whoa.
Westernization that was happening, uh, this happened. But at the time, they still had like a better, like, like 10 years or so later, they still had a far better opinion of Americans than they do today because of Trump, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of what I was getting at, was even in like the 90s and the 80s and stuff, like they were becoming more like, fuck, dude, like I don't care about Western shit, whatever, but I kind of just want to dress the way I want to dress, or I kind
Right.
of
Yeah.
don't let that woman get shafted,
So
whatever. So,
I
but
want to listen to
they had
rock music, dude.
I was gonna say, like,
they had a
do you
much
think
higher
like
opinion. They had a much higher opinion of America, even like immediately after the revolution, than they do today.
Yeah.
Because of like because of what Trump did to the nuclear deal. Because Iranians were like, "Thank fucking God, we're not going to get bombed because Iran's making nukes." And then Trump was like, "Actually, I'm leaving."
We're gonna bomb you. Actually, I'm just gonna bomb
yeah.
you.
And then Americans are like, "Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna actually fucking die." So, yeah,
I
they
was gonna say, like, do
definitely
you think the
focused
MAGA?
on that.
Do you think like the MAGA movement is more, or like, from an outsider's point of view? Do you think they see it as a Western like ideology, or like, do
Well,
you think
yeah.
they
It's
resonate?
American.
So I will say this:
Right.
Iranians are very like Westernized, uh, but in like not Westernized in the sense that they like fucking they wear like Gucci hats or whatever. I mean, some do, but
Yeah.
like they're. I mean, it's kind of like an Orientalism to say modernized, but a lot of them are very. It's one of those things where, since we have such a poor education of Iran, we look at
Mhm.
Iranians just living normally, wanting to dress nice, wanting to have modern accessories and modern uh, clothing and stuff like that, and we go, "Wow, they're really modernized." But like,
Right.
that's what it is, right? A lot of them are very much like, we need, democracy, whatever. We
Right.
need human rights. It's like the most basic shit ever, like the most basic like liberal tenets. It's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
most
yeah.
Iranian
Well,
kids,
they're just
yeah,
liberalizing
most Iranian Gen
ish.
Z is what they want. And
Mhm.
according to some like self-reported, uh, according to some self-reported data, where Iranian people, they don't have to sign up to some sort of registry to have it exposed, like, that they signed up to this poll. It was anonymous
Right.
polling done through phone calls, basically. Um, Most Iranians are actually not very, uh, like, they're not very spiritual. they're more like culturally Muslim, where they go to like Jum'ah like every so often, or they don't even go to like
Yeah.
mosque at all. They
They're
celebrate.
like they're like non-denominational Muslims.
Right.
Think about it, like in the U.S., like you have people who call themselves Christian, but they only go to church on fucking Easter.
Yeah, the non-denominational Christians.
Yeah.
Cracking beer and watching porn after church. That's how we do it.
Yeah, that's literally it. Like most Iranian like Gen Z are not actually very devout spiritual
Well,
people.
I've seen a lot of videos of like just Zoomer Iranians, and they're just like us, dude. They just like go and they do fucking. They have like punk concerts on like the side of roads, and
that's cool.
Fucking smoke cigarettes and hang out, and they're like emo.
And they
smoke cigarettes to hang out in their emo. That sounds fucking sick, and I'm going there right now.
I would actually love to go to Iran so much, dude. Iran is actually.
It does look cool. I hope we don't sour relations before I can like
too late
make best friends with an Iranian.
So you see, Anthony, in the 1950s.
It's a little too late for that, bro. I don't know.
Well, I like to believe we could still hold hands, right?
I think
so?
I think the most likely thing that could happen, apart from nothing happening,
mm-hmm.
Of course, the most likely thing that could happen is like Iran has some sort of like liberal streak, like they have some sort of like liberal rebellion, or there's some like revolt where they basically significantly like de-emphasize the role of the supreme leader, or they just get rid of the supreme leader in general and just have like a regular constitutional democracy, whatever.
Mm-hmm. They're a republic, aren't they?
They're Islamic republic, yeah. But so actually,
is there a difference?
Okay. So let me give a little like, and I promise this won't be too long, but a little overview of the Iranian government. So, supreme leader basically coordinates everything, right? Now, there is a committee who selects the supreme leader, but guess who appoints those people to be in that?
The clergy. The clergy.
Yeah, pretty much. But here's the thing, right? The reason why that happens is, in order for any candidate to be electable, in order to show up on the polls, you have to basically be approved by a committee that's appointed by the supreme leader.
Right.
So if you want to be the president, right? If you want to get on the ballot, you have to go to this committee, who is half appointed by the supreme leader and other half appointed by lawyers, and those lawyers are appointed by Supreme Court justices, basically justices that are appointed by the supreme leader. And they are the ones that tell you, okay, you can go on and be electable, you can go on the ballot. So literally everything is vetted before.
Right. So when is America gonna be like that?
Yeah, when's that gonna happen to our country?
Yeah, when is America gonna have vetting like that, so progressive candidates get shafted?
Exactly, dude. I'm so sick of having so many good options to vote for.
I hate voting. It's so boring. I want someone else to do it for me.
Every single candidate literally just speaks to my emotions and everything, and wants everything that I want. Like, it's so tiring.
I hope they put the ballot on Instagram so that I'll actually do it.
It is voting season, Isaac, and also Nate. Are y'all fixing to vote?
No.
I actually don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, I look through the local politicians here. I get ads for them, and they all sound like
Mhm.
fucking idiots, bro. Like every single side sounds like a fucking
Yeah,
moron.
I don't give a fuck about fucking Idaho politicians. What the hell are they gonna do, dude? They're like at the town level, they're just gonna like make better snow plowing,
Yeah,
and then
are they
at
gonna
the and at the state level, they're just gonna fucking be
ban
lackeys
weed
to
harder?
Trump. So like, what the fuck? What the fuck is the point, dude?
Yeah, and also
They're
all
just
of the
gonna they're just gonna rape me more. They're gonna say less pay for workers, more hours, less
I was just
pay.
thinking that the workers have it a little too easy. What is that?
This is the sorry. The image I sent is the structure of the Iranian government, but I'll explain it like after the stream.
Dude,
So you
we
guys
should
can
have
go.
America like this. We should have America like this.
Yes. You just wait.
And
Yes. That's
Anthony,
I
I'm
forgot what
taking your SNAP
the fucking meme
benefits
was. It's
early.
like
you just read my
that's exactly what I
mind.
meant. And you just read my mind.
What
Is
was
that a
y'all
water
thinking?
balloon?
Is that a watermelon?
Anthony, would you be mad if I took your SNAP benefits early?
I don't have SNAP benefits, but I guess so.
Oh yeah, yeah. Trying to throw me off
Dude.
your tail?
Who is gonna start looting when Snap runs out? Cause
Who?
I'm
Who isn't?
That's
who when who's gonna be doing that? Who's gonna be
The
doing that? Because I
snappers.
know
The
I
snappers.
am.
Well, I
The
wouldn't say that.
snappers, yeah.
what is it?
I
It's
wouldn't say that.
like
I'm not a fucking
Snap
bum.
is cut for like 40 million people. That's really
Oh,
cool.
it's
Of
gonna
our country.
run out. I think is it
40
November 1st?
million 40 million people?
I'm pretty
Uh-huh.
sure it's 40 million.
And the worst part of it all, is it's happening on Halloween, dude. That's the scariest part of all.
I guess
I don't like this Halloween prank. I don't like this
it's a
Halloween
good
prank.
time
This
to
is
be
too
employed.
scary.
It's a good day for the employed, I guess. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Me,
I don't
I'm
understand the
like,
nuances of the whole thing.
I've done like fucking like 40 job applications in like 2 months. And also,
Yeah, and none of them are
No,
hiring.
it's bad. It's bad.
and also I literally went to a hiring agency 3 weeks ago and I said, "Give me general labor. I can start this week." And I haven't heard shit in 3 weeks, bro. It's
Dude,
good.
awesome.
That
It's
sucks.
good.
Like even like I am employed.
Even general labor, that
I can't
Bro,
find a
literally
job
the
that
most
pays $1
proletarian
more.
fucking job you can't find.
Yeah, it is what it is. But also, some homeless people were
sucks,
trying to
and it
break into
shouldn't
my
be
car
like this.
last night. So
Really?
honestly,
kill 'em.
fuck them. Honestly,
We should
fuck
kill 'em,
them.
dude. We should fucking
Oh, that is true. That is true. They were trying to break. Some homeless people were at my work.
What'd they do? Did they try and break your window or what?
I mean, my manager just said they had like knives and they were trying to like shimmy windows. I don't think that works. I don't think that.
so.
I don't think that works.
You should have
No,
walked
that's
up to them
funny.
with like with like infinite aura and been like, "Has that worked for you in the past, buddy?"
Ready? You know what you're doing?
I could show you.
Have you tried like getting a job or something?
Here, let me help you out real quick and get away from my
You
car.
break into your own car. You break into your own car for them, and you hotwire it for them.
Yeah,
Let me show you how it's done, but get the fuck away from me, you stink.
Oh man, did you scare them off, or what the fuck
The
happened?
manager apparently went out there and was throwing down.
He's like
Hey,
fucking.
get out of here!
He's like fucking.
Go on, get.
He's like fucking old. He's like fucking old Ben Kenobi scaring away the Jawas.
I mean, they ran away. They really did.
They went, ah!
Everybody split. Yeah.
Oh man.
So
Well,
wait. I'm kind of foolish. Foolish. What even is SNAP benefits? Like I understand it's like a form of
It's food stamps.
Right. Okay. It's like an EBT situation.
Yeah,
That's exactly what that is.
That's Wait,
it's
so
just
like
for
people,
it's just for people.
so people have to find a job in a week, or else they literally are
Well,
just
it's not
fucked.
even find a
40
job.
million
It's
people?
people need to make more money in a week because there are people with jobs. There are a lot of people with
Of
jobs
course.
actually
Yeah,
on
a lot of
Snap.
people with jobs who have kids, can't take care
Because
Well,
of
they're yeah,
the thing
they're
is
just coming up short,
how
and
how,
not
how
eat
it
out.
works. How it
Hot take.
works is, for example, if you have like no employment or anything in California, your SNAP benefits is like 15. Oh no, like your SNAP benefits basically like it's dependent on like people in your house if they have SNAP, how many dependents you have, and how long you've been without a job, right? Without employment. And
Mhm.
if you get a job, you have a maximum cap of how much you can earn in a month before you have to call the SNAP office or the EBT people to be like, hey, so I earned this much money, which is above my limit. And they go, okay, so we'll readjust how much you earn, like from Snap. So basically, like if I make
Mhm.
$2,200 a month, that's $300 in my current limit, right? And
22.
what that means is the amount that I get every month will get reduced. Uh, so I still have Snap for economic assistance, so I could
Mhm.
still pay for like food and stuff here and there.
Right.
But
Uh-huh.
uh, it's not going to be as much as if I was literally just without a job and struggling.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very unfortunate situation because how many people live in America with 400 million around there,
About I think it's
right?
more like 350 million, but I don't remember.
So 40 million people. If it is 400 million, then 40 million people. Man, that's
That's literally 10%, mate.
that's what I was gonna say. But I felt
I
a
think
little
it's
silly before
it's
saying
funny
it, so I had to
like
think about it.
like
I
40
thought,
million 40 million people are on Snap or are on EBT. Um, like half the country needs like to lose one paycheck or two paychecks, and if they don't get a paycheck or two paychecks worth of money, they literally like have to fucking move out of their house.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people don't have enough savings because of various factors, but they don't have enough savings to just be out of work for like a month or two.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I know I don't like, and I
I know
work.
I don't.
I worked all week and I bust my ass off. I know I don't.
Do you make
Like
15?
I make 16 actually because they cut my pay without telling me, but that's a whole different story.
That's so
You should
cool.
probably walk into your manager's office, pull out your gun, and just fucking Swiss cheese his ass.
Man, I would fuck it. I can't say that.
On the pod, on the
I
podcast
kind of
that's
need
going out,
my job, but
with your face and address in
yeah,
the
please
Your
include
IP
that in the
address.
description. Please include that in the description.
The name of your employer.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. If you're hearing
That's
this, dude, you're a
awesome.
bitch and you're a hoe. And
You're
honestly,
I
it sounds
hate you, I
fine.
hate you, I hate you.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. No,
And
somebody
I
quit.
fucked your sister.
I was just gonna say somebody like the other day. I did tell Anthony about this, but we got like screens to replace something, right?
Mhm.
And one of my coworkers who got he was already in trouble like the day before because they caught him tweaking off of crack. Like his jaw was going nuts and everything. He had his hat on wrong. Like he was fucked up, bro. Like it was bad. And they didn't fire him. But he was doing so bad at his job that another one of my coworkers quit. And then the next day we got the screens and he said, I'm not good with technology. And he just walked out. That was it.
Oh my
Is that
lord.
the last time you ever saw him?
Yeah. He never came back.
Dude,
He's
being in the
fucking gone.
military and then seeing how people fucking like keep their job so easily is insane to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's not too
I mean,
different
obviously,
from a kitchen job. You can't really
obviously,
afford to lose people.
obviously, it's like super different, right? But
Uh-huh.
I've heard of like, you know, I have a friend who works at a Goodwill, and he's told me like, oh yeah, there was this girl and she would always show up like drunk or high at her job, and she was very slow. And one time, you know,
Awesome.
sometimes she doesn't like show up to work at all, but you know, like the employer like keeps her on. I'm like, yo, what? I saw a guy kick
Crazy work.
out of. I saw a guy get kicked out of the fucking Air Force because he good sported somebody. Like
Good
he did the
sport?
fucking,
Good sport.
like, he did like the fucking butt pat.
Oh.
You know, like when
Grabbed his
someone's
butt.
well, he didn't grab her or anything. Like it was someone who was super close with him, you know, like a very close friend. So he gave him like a little like a sport
Uh-huh.
pat, you know, in the butt, and then he got kicked out for sexual assault, dude.
Nuts.
Dude.
He got
Nuts.
fucking ratted.
Well,
I mean-
well, nowadays he'd be fine because Pete Hegseth's he's allowing
no more
military people to like lay hands on each other. Yeah, no more woke. You
No
can
more woke.
now
No
use
more
physical
woke.
force to
Everyone's gonna be
trigger
fondling
your
each other,
initiates.
and that's how it's
Dude.
gonna be. Because we
We've
ain't no pussy.
legalized rape in the military. Rape in the military is now legal.
Dude, like how much time has Pete Hegseth actually been like if you accumulate all the hours that he's been in National Guard, not like fucking periods of time where like, oh yeah, he was in the middle, he was in from here to here. You can choose as when to go into active
Right.
like duty service for short periods of time. Like
Yeah.
you can just like deploy and stuff, right? Or you can be a part of some like
Yeah.
administrative task. How long has Pete Hegseth actually been in like doing military stuff just to be the fucking just to be the fucking head honcho, literally controlling all the generals and fucking master sergeants and everything, all the fucking highest ranked enlisted and officer ranks, just
The
to be like,
Warzar.
just to be like,
bro.
just to be like, no more beardos, no more fatties, no more trans
And
people.
lots of ass grabbing. Lots
Lot-
of balls.
We are not Norse Vikings, dude. You have to shave your beard.
I
We
fucking
are
love-
fucking Aryan as fuck, dude. We can't have beards.
See you in Valhalla, brother.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing, actually, because I had a shaving waiver. Because if I shave my beard
Uh-huh.
every day, my hair grows like it goes back into itself. So I literally
Yeah,
need
yeah.
a shaving waiver. But if I stayed in the military, I just had to fucking tough it out.
Yeah.
That's so
Well,
fucked, dude.
a lot that's actually a common thing that happens with non-white people actually is when if you shave too often you'll get really bad ingrown hairs. So a lot of black dudes they are just like allowed to grow their beards out. But not
You
no
need to-
more.
You need to go to the.
Which is like, hey, wait a minute. Are you low key trying to get non-white folk out of the military? Are you trying to have an ethno militia?
Ethno militia. What a fucking
The
worthless.
fucking Air Forces, the Aryan forces are storming the gates.
Awesome. Well, they're gonna rename the United States Army to the United States Aryan Forces.
Right. I do love some new ads talking about. Do you think women should be in the military? Like, bro, we are. I'm getting like fucking 1890s like Newsies articles on my 2025 feed.
My favorite thing
Yeah,
about
see,
this,
if she could vote, she could go die in the Middle East just like me, brother.
No, it's the opposite. They don't want.
my
I don't
favorite
know.
thing
I
is
know I'm
so-
disagreeing with them.
so
right.
my
If you
my
want to die for
favorite-
the military, fuck it. Oh,
fuck it, bruh. So what happened is
Fuck it.
they're standardizing PT standards. I don't think it's cross military, but I think it's like every branch, men and women will have the same PT standard. The only difference is like age.
Right.
But it's the funniest thing, right? Because for like in the army, if you're in infantry, you already have the same standards as a guy. It's basically just
Yeah.
saying men
Oh
and
yeah,
women, and also they're
it's
making the
true.
standard. They're also making the standards harder. In the case of the Air Force, they literally made the standards harder.
Right.
So not only
Chair
are you
Force no
doing more
more.
exercise, not only are you doing more exercise for the same exact position that is going to be way harder for you
Right.
because you are physiologically different from a guy, but it's
Mhm.
also going to be
But
harder
if you're
for the
capable,
guy.
you're capable.
Yeah, because you're capable, bro. Dude, ladies,
Yeah.
you can do it. I believe in you.
I
You
mean,
can do it, ladies.
I
I
mean,
believe in ladies.
like, I don't know. That just makes the whole point moot. If everyone has to reach a standard. If you reach the standard, your standard doesn't really matter what you are. I know that's really smart. I know I thought about that, but I don't
The
know.
thing is even if you pass all the standards, you still don't pass the PT test. By the way, you have to excel in like you have to get above standard in like running or push if you want to get like a decent score that isn't going to get you to fail. For some fucking reason, I have no idea why that's the fucking case.
because the military they're supposed to be killers who go in and they destroy and kill and
Dude, that's such a
cut
Kamala
down
Harris
the
thing to say.
enemies.
They
Cut
jump
down
out of.
enemies
We will
and
have the most
explode.
lethal killing, baby murdering military.
It's really awesome that our country is ran by like guys who really like fucking the Expendables and like
Action
Rambo.
movies. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, you need to be able to walk in with two M60s in hand and gun down a group of fucking ragheads and or Mexicans
Yes.
immediately.
Okay.
And you know what's really funny? There's been a fucking exodus. There's been low key an exodus of high ranking military officials going, fuck this shit, dude. I'm getting out of this fucking bullshit.
Dude, I was just about to talk about that.
A working class leftist like revolutionary army of sorts could like utilize those people.
I was going to talk about that
Something
too.
like that.
So I've been seeing the trend of people just saying, like, people who usually are very loud about, their politics on the left side. They're just saying, like, I'm just tired. I just give up. And then they really do. And a lot of people are doing that right now. So what do you think? What do you say to all the Wonglovians out there?
To all the Wonglos out there, quite literally, do not give up, because that is the ultimate surrender. That is you bowing down and letting them fucking rape you. And you can't do that. You can't let them fuck you. You have to stand up and you have to continue to resist at all times. All you can do is resist. You cannot bow down to anything less than what you deserve. And you do deserve decent healthcare, food, and a house. That's all. It's like the bare minimum. You gotta have shelter and nutritional sustainability. That's all you need.
I think it's more like people realizing that. I think it's people realizing that being loud on social media these days absolutely means jack shit. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. They're realizing that oh my god, it's actually hard to organize a political
you actually
force,
have to,
and you do gotta you got to grit. Well, it's not even just vote local, but you got to organize. You got to grit your teeth, and you got to, say, well, I'm not exactly a social butterfly, but well, I guess I'll put myself out there. You got to
You
actually,
gotta
you got
read
to put.
Lemon, bro.
Well, it's not even just reading. You got to actually like do shit. You can't just post shit online. You got to actually organize, make a community, or join a community or something, and build your roots, because right now it's about to get hot. It's gonna get hot, and when it gets hot, you're gonna need
Bro,
a support group.
It is hot already.
I
Well, it's gonna
guarantee
get
you,
hot in a
if
certain
you
sense.
It got very hot.
if you read Lenin's What Is to Be Done, or you could watch some fucking 40-minute summary video. You'll
YouTube
know
short,
that
please.
YouTube
Link to
short.
YouTube
Yeah.
short.
You will see that this sort of call to organize has not been a thing that is new, right? Lenin wrote that in 1903, and he's been saying that ever fucking since. I mean, he's dead now, but that's what his book made in 1903 calls for, is for a genuine revolutionary organization of communists who they aid in what they can when it comes to these ephemeral, like, temporary regulations and reforms, but their main task is organizing for when the waves of workers finally finally reach some sort of point where they're compelled in all their conditions to organize and be in a revolutionary organization. And
I was gonna say,
if you're not in any sort of party, or if you haven't prepared any sort of organ to be that, to be the workers' party, to be the workers' own organization, you're not going to get anywhere. You're basically just going to be stifled from the jump, because it requires preparation, it requires planning, it requires the most theoretically knowledgeable individuals to come up with plans together on how to organize the class when they feel like they've had enough, right? And if we're going to reach that point, the fact that we don't have any sort of organ that tries to be this is probably what's going to do us in. So
Yeah.
what's better?
Well, that's why.
What's better than organizing is trying to read, and join a revolutionary organization with a bunch of other communist individuals that will organize the class when when the moment arises.
I think the most important thing is to actually do things too, like put actions to your ideology. You can't just fucking post online. You got to get out there. There's only so much agitprop can do. You got to build. You got to remember. You also got to get like normal ass Americans on your side if you want to win. So you gotta help them. You gotta help them. You gotta go to the soup kitchen. You gotta feed people. You got to help people whenever you can. You got to be religiously nice to people so that people have a reason to want to be on your side. You have to be open and warm and open to people who are ideologically not so similar to a certain extent. But all that matters is that your workers and your common enemy is the economic elite, the people who are above you, the people that are fucking you. And you have to keep that in mind.
They're fucking me.
Yeah.
Not in a bad
They're
way.
not asking for it.
They're doing it with their fucking dirty cocks.
It doesn't feel good though. It doesn't feel good. I will say that.
Their dirty capitalist pig cock.
Yeah.
With like fucking evil spikes.
I mean, it is true. I mean, I think there's a case to be said that other countries, and our own country is doing this in itself, but like, everyone knows that a split between like more controversy between the left and the right is no good, but it's kind of just like accepted at this point to just like become as hateful as possible to each other, and I'm pretty sure that might be propaganda. That might be
I mean,
propaganda.
there's always like an incentive for the ruling class to, you know, spread divisiveness and atomize. It's called atomization, where you make certain struggles and you make people so atomized, right? You make them so individualized that they feel separated
Right.
from people who are their class brethren, right? So
Right.
that's always an interest in for the working class or for the ruling class, is to atomize workers, is to say like, look, this guy, he may be a proletarian, right? He may be a worker. He may,
He's fucking
organize
black.
in a trade union. Yeah, but exactly. But he's black and he's evil and he's DEI.
What?
Right?
He's a DEI black Jew
What are you
hire.
talking
So
about?
that's
What are you
what
talking
do you
about?
mean?
Anyways,
And
What do you
it's
mean?
I don't know. Go on.
but
I was gonna
yeah.
say, like, a lot of my coworkers who spout like Republican stuff, a lot of them agree on the same stuff. Like, a lot of them agree about that healthcare, should be right. A lot of them agree on better transportation and like, not starting fucking forever wars with, random countries. It's it's when you get to like the specifics that people start disagreeing, and that's kind of what confuses me.
So
You get a little
that
more
is
specific.
that is one thing,
Yeah.
but when it comes to that, a lot of the times is you have to be sort of overbearing with it, because these people, when they say like, oh, it's because of the Jews or whatever, obviously not everyone says that, but they'll say it's like globalism or whatnot,
Right.
or they'll say it's like DEI or whatever. What they're doing is they're accepting uh bourgeois ruling class framing, which is like purely designed to atomize workers against other workers, right? Because
Mhm.
what does saying, oh, it's the Ayuden, like, what does that say to you? Oh, well, it says that people, because they're Jewish, are inherently against me, even if they're of the same class and have the same interests as me. They're actually against me because Jewish people are like this sort of hegemonic thing that represent some evil culture, right?
Right.
And that's exactly what it is. Now, for say like the Bolsheviks, what they did was, I mean, it's actually really funny when you read some of the history. They would literally like go to like people, think of like your Jordan Petersons or your Ben Shapiros. They would literally send like
Right.
24 people to go to these like talk shows and stuff, and they would just literally like heckle the guy. I'm not saying like that's the only strategy, but you have to sort of
That's
you have
pretty funny.
you have to start basically taking control of the rhetoric. You have to say like, okay, but does
Yeah.
that even make sense? Like when you think about it, this and this, and you can kind of get into statistics here. A lot of times they wouldn't, a lot of people wouldn't care, but it's kind of what I said before. People get, well, when you are there and you're present and you have the statistical elements on your side, you have the facts on your side, you have the class outlook on your side. When conditions ripen, when the moment becomes more, uh, it starts to dawn over the horizon, right? Uh, or I don't know. So when there's the sunrise, right, of
Right.
of of movement, I think dawn is no dawn. No, dawn's correct. Okay, I digress.
Dawn is I think
It's
whatever.
rising, right?
But for the Bolsheviks, I'm sure that was way more effective than,
Well, what I'm saying
assassinating
is
him.
what I'm
That
saying
was
is
not good.
what I'm saying is uh, the Bolsheviks, they took control of the rhetoric. Now that doesn't mean that they were the most popular, right? And they didn't want to be the most popular. But what they maintained was the most Marxist outlook, the most class oriented outlook, and they tried to dominate the rhetoric surrounding, uh, you know, oppression, racial tensions, anti-Semitism, this and that. I mean, that was their strategy. Was they were always being as overbearing as possible. When it came to saying, you want to know why this happened, it's for these reasons. It's reasons pertaining to class. And the point is it's not going to immediately convince people, because revolution does not occur when you convince enough people like it's a fucking slider on a video game, right?
Right.
It happens when conditions and it happens when conditions and when people's economic and social situations, when it compels them towards these sorts of ideas. Because think about it, in like the 60s, it wasn't like it wasn't like it's like a chicken or the egg thing, right? The revolutionary organization didn't come after the I mean, it came during, but it didn't usually just come after the people started feeling discontent with their conditions. The organizations, a lot of them were there before, but they were like immature, and then these conditions started worsening, and people started to be more rebellious. They started to speak out more. The Vietnam War happened, and it was so blank. It was so like barefaced and explicitly horrible.
Right.
And these parties tried to take the rhetoric and they made a massive movement out of it. Now, the failures of that, there's a multitude of reasons, but to have the rhetoric on your side, to have media side, you need a properly revolutionary and Marxist orientation, especially around class analysis, to steer what movement you have, because they had the movement, but I think they didn't have the proper rhetoric to steer it back to, class against class, war against imperialist war.
They didn't stop the Vietnam War because it was funny. You
They
forgot.
didn't stop it
They
because
thought
it
it was
was
funny.
totally chill.
No, it was funny. He said, "Oh, I think the Vietnam War is very funny. And he will be sending many more Americans." LOL.
And I also did it too. That's my Nixon.
I like that guy. I like that fella.
My grandparents actually love Nixon because he was
Why?
because they live in San Clemente, and that's where Nixon went after his presidency.
That is like the shittiest reason.
Well, my grandpa said he also likes Nixon because he was a good diplomat.
You think so? I mean, maybe compared to like modern time.
I mean,
politics.
he did do that thing with China.
I don't actually have that, I guess.
So what? Basically, Nixon was the first president to basically travel to a country like China to establish diplomatic ties with them. He basically opened up their economy.
Didn't he shake hands with
She shook hands with Mao.
What are the chances of a Watergate type scandal happening to Trump?
There has probably been like 50 Watergate.
Ever heard of the Epstein? Ever heard of the Epstein scandal?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But like, it was the difference. The Watergate scandal was like so overwhelmingly obvious that everyone.
Well, so is the Epstein thing. It's literally just that Trump has a cult of personality that Nixon didn't, and Americans right now, there is a large subset of evangelical Americans who think that Trump is like a divine messianic figure who's going to save America.
My freaking dad,
true, bro. I wish it wasn't true. But as someone who's an ex-evangelical, right? These people, like I've met my evangelical brothers and my like aunts and stuff, like from that side of the family that initially indoctrinated me into Messianic Judaism.
I want to ask you about that.
Yeah, you can. But what I was gonna say, like, I remember one time my my brother's mom. I only have half brothers, but my brother's mom. They were like, she was like, oh, have you guys donated to the Trump Foundation yet? Like just like a
The
normal
fuck?
conversation. She's like, oh, I've been meaning to donate again. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to eat my fucking Red Robins right now, dog. We were at Red Robins at the time, but you know,
I
That's
need to donate to
unfortunate.
the. I need to donate to the millionaire or the billionaire.
That's
I need
very
to do it.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
wait, so evangelist, evangelists, help me.
Evangelicals.
Yeah. So evangelicals, that's like the 6,000 year old Earth, and
Well,
like
yeah,
all
evangelical.
that.
Yeah.
Well, the whole point, evangelicalism is like the most prominent form of American Christianity. It's basically the whole. It's the like non-denominational, but you got to spread the message of Jesus. You got to spread the gospel. The most important thing is the spread and the proselytizing and
Mm.
the bringing everyone else into the family of Christ, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah,
that's
and
basically what most churches in America are, other than
yeah, most of them are
outside of the
most
Mormon bubble.
most American Christians are some type of evangelical. I mean,
Right.
when I say most, I mean like it's a majority. Like it's a statistical majority, not a percent majority, but like every other Christian is so fragmentized. They only represent like individual like 10% whatever parts in their respective areas. But evangelical Christianity is like 40%, you know, for example. Like
Right.
it's a
I
really
mean,
massive like thing.
like I grew up Mormon, so I kind of get it. I kind of get like except the thing about Mormonism is it's like it almost went, because I remember, of course, when you're a kid, you're just like, yeah, I guess this is true. I guess this is the case, because my parents.
My parents are
But
smart. They believe it.
well, literally, that's it. That's what I thought. And so I was like, I'll give it I'll listen. And then they drop these little things. Like I remember just when you're a kid, you ask questions. So I remember asking like my bishop a question. I was like, so who made God exactly? And he's like, well, another God made that God. And then he went on to say,
Wait,
no,
really?
no, I'm being dead serious. This was my bishop. This is what he said.
That's
He said there are lines in the Book of Mormon that hint that a God made our God. So our God is a lesser God to these other gods, and then another God made that.
Dude, this is fucking like
I didn't.
This is like
It's
fucking
like
what do they
Gnosticism.
call it? Yeah, this is like Gnostic.
I don't even think that's a
Fuck.
Mormon
That's
belief.
crazy.
I don't.
No,
That's so fucking crazy.
that sounds very. That is a Gnostic ass belief. So, do you know what Gnosticism is, Isaac?
No.
So
I love
Gnosticism is
Gnosticism.
basically this early Christian like offshoot where they believe that well, it's not necessarily Christian or because it like existed before a little bit, if I remember right, but or did it? No, I think it is Christian. I think it is post Christ.
It's definitely
But
Christian.
yeah. So basically, the idea of Gnosticism is that God of the Old Testament is like a separate evil god called the Demiurge or the lesser god, and he was made by this like greater god named Sophia, who's like an aspect of divine wisdom, I think. And Sophia made the Yaldabaoth, which is the Demiurge, and um he's like an evil, imperfect god, right? And he makes Earth, and Earth is like under this god's evil reign, and that's why in the Old Testament God is evil as fuck, and he like kills people and shit. But then Jesus comes, and he says that actually, um, he reveals the truth to people, which is that humanity is itself divine, and it has that divine spark, which is how humanity was made in the Gnostic lore. I forgot to mention that. That's kind of important.
Kind of tough.
So basically how humanity is made is Yaldabaoth steals the like divine spark from the like greater gods, I think they're called the Archons or the Aeons or something.
Mm.
But he steals the divine spark from them, and he makes humanity and he rules over them. So Jesus's whole deal is that he's like, yo, humanity actually has that divine spark, and we are all, in a certain sense, gods. And that's his truth, that's his gospel that he spreads, and that's this Gnostic difference. And then I don't remember if he resurrects in Gnostic lore. I think he just dies.
Right.
Or does he just
he goes
ascend?
up. He goes up.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, like Mormonism gets way more complicated than that because it gets to like a certain point where, you know, I remember they taught us the Old Testament, the New Testament, and the Book of Mormon. And the Book of Mormon specifically has verses that basically cancel out things from the Old Testament and the New
That's so
Testament.
awesome.
That's because the Book of Mormon was written by fucking Joseph Smith, and he was
By a guy with a
and-
third grade reading level, yeah.
By a
with the
fucking
third grade
stupid
reading level
retard.
and like 14 5-year-old wives who all are freaking awesome. They all love Crumble Cookie and they all love Bluey.
Okay,
And
that's what I was about to say. I'll defend Mormonism here. The reason they get them is because it's very normal teachings on a surface level. Like I said, they really try not to like bring up the crazy stuff, like, you know, the magic underwear.
I know we get kind of crazy here in Mormonism, but it's pretty simple actually.
I mean, that's just how it. I mean, that's how they get you. That's how they get you.
yeah. Well, I think they also get you by the like really tight knit community and hierarchy forms that you have to like pay dues to, and also they can like come bug you at 8 o'clock at night.
A lot of dues, a lot of fucking dudes.
And then you
Bro,
get,
I was 8 years old getting hustled by my bishop for fucking lawn mowing money.
And then you get, and then you get.
No, I'm dead ass. I'm being
that
dead
sounds
serious.
like that sounds like a racist epithet someone used to disparage Jews.
and then you get fucking. And then you're like maybe I actually don't believe this. And then people are like, we're gonna fucking excommunicate you, you fucking bitch.
We're gonna fucking kill you.
No, they just stopped talking to you. Dead ass, they just stopped talking to you.
Yeah, that's
like,
I mean, what do you think? What do you think excommunicate is?
Well,
no, I mean,
the thing is, Isaac and Eddie are most definitely still like on the church census.
Oh
so
yeah,
they're not like excommunicated, but they don't like participate.
That's really funny. Like my bishop has reached out to me and stuff, and like, you know, which I guess is nice, but it's like, bro,
that's actually really interesting. That's like a whole different world because for me, when I was a Messianic Jew, I guess would be the agent noun. I was just like. I just like stopped believing, and they stopped taking me to church, and that was it.
Yeah, my parents. When I told my parents that I don't believe in God, they tried for a few more years to keep taking me to church, but I was edgy as fuck. So I'd put in my headphones and I'd listen to nu metal on iHeartRadio. I'd listen to Slipknot and Static X with my emo hair.
Wait a minute, Wonglo podcast.
That's so
I've become so numb. And then on the outside, they're like, so Noah's Ark was when
I had like the same experience. When I like actually just abandoned Mormonism, I just started reading like I started reading Berserk at like church, and I thought I was so cool for that.
That is kind of cool though. And you open the scene where Guts kills Mosgus, and you're like, yeah,
that's gonna be me if my bishop keeps fucking around. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him sexually, dude, with this fucking knife.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't say that. I'm not gonna sexually knife.
No, you did say that.
Sexually knife him. I'm not gonna fucking do that.
You said that. You said that right now. You said I'm gonna sexually knife my bishop.
Right.
Bishop.
I'm gonna
Smith.
No, but also like I was saying in like general conferences, I'm like, you know, for those of you who don't know, I think it's a semi-annual meeting that the basically the head of the church, the head little dozen people, they basically give like boring little speeches that are like, you gotta stay with God because things are getting worse, and they say that every time. Yeah, you'd be damned to find them talk about one thing that you wouldn't hear like other Christian religions talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a very particular way that they present information.
Very like
I gotta piss real quick.
very
I'll be
like
right back.
obscurantist. So as that goes, is he gonna mute? Question mark.
Is he
Oh, I
gonna?
guess
I hope he shits his pants on the mic.
so. Okay. So I will explain this to you. There is a book, and I'm kind of shoddy on some of the details, but there is a book going back to Gnosticism called the
Right.
Gospel of Judas, right?
Yeah.
And it's so fucking good. It's like actually so incredible. Because it's peak. Because because I'm sure you're familiar with a lot of aspects of the Bible. Judas, he was the guy who sold Jesus out.
Of course. I actually
And
remember quite a bit of the Bible, and I didn't think I did, but I do.
I do too, actually.
It's very
But
weird.
Judas, he sells Jesus out for a couple of silver or whatever, and I think it was like 12 silver
Mr.
coins.
Krabs
And then Jesus fucking dies, right? And then he goes up and he gets resurrected, and
yeah,
etc. So the Gospel of Judas is a Gnostic text. I don't know how binding it is to like Gnostic lore, but it's so fucking batshit insane and so esoteric. It's like it's like actually incredible to learn about, because what it is the apostles, they are praying basically. They think they were praying over food. I was explaining the Gospel of Judas as the Gnostic text.
Oh, that's a really cool text.
So what? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. What was happening was the apostles were praying over their food. I'm pretty sure, and enter Jesus, stage left. He goes, "Hey guys,
hello.
Oh, look at you guys praying to your God." And then the apostles were like, "What the fuck, Jesus? We're praying to you, retard. You are like the son of God, right?" And he's like, "No, actually, you're praying to your gods." And you guys wouldn't know that because you're fucking retarded as shit. Unlike you, Judas, you kind of have an inkling of an idea. And then Jesus walks out of the room, and then Judas follows Jesus, and he's like, "Hey, so I know you're actually from the fucking another planet named this, and you're actually a part of like a holy council. Is there anything like you can tell me? Like, is there any like new information?" And Jesus was like, "Well, yeah, they're praying to their fucking evil demon god, but I'm actually a part of like a really sick, awesome council that if you were a little bit more holy, you could be a part of, but you're still human and you therefore cannot be a part of it. But you can have like a small idea of what it is."
Damn.
And then Judas was like, "My Lord, can you what information am I allowed to know about it?" And then Jesus was gone. He disappeared.
Interesting. So it's the point that like as humans we're not supposed to know.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It.
Interesting.
Like,
and I feel like
Which
we literally
if
do
I
not
were to
have the
believe any
ability to
religion,
understand.
which is really interesting because I think that is just like true in facts, like that us religion as a whole is just humans like projecting onto the universe to try and understand the incomprehensible.
that's what I was.
It's cope.
Yeah,
It's cope, dude.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's less like cope, and it's more like I think just people trying to wrap a bow around everything.
Man.
I mean, yeah, it's the trying to understand. But like, if I were to, I'm not religious by any means, specifically because like every religion puts so much importance on like humans and humanity and the human soul and all that, and it's just like, not something that reality reflects. Humans, have not been around nearly long enough to be important at all to the universe. Like, and they probably
Yeah.
won't. They probably won't be. Like, you know.
Well, that's implying that the universe has any sort, like, the reality needs importance. There is no importance. There is no greater. It just is. It's just how things are, and it's not like a nihilist, like, well, nothing matters. It's just it's more absurdist, I guess. It's just that the almighty reality is incomprehensible, and we just can't fully understand it. We
That's
can
what I'm
try.
saying. We don't
From
have the tool
a
We
set in
never
our
will.
brain.
from like a materialist perspective of religion, you get some sort of key things that you notice. A lot of times, they're these sort of cult rituals which arose naturally, and they often binded these loose groups of related peoples into like a cohesive unit, right? So
Yeah,
that's
I
why
was
that's
I
why
was actually thinking this last night.
that's why that's why when you like
Yeah,
look
me
at
too, by the way.
that's why when you look at when you look at like the early when you look at the Bible and you look at like the earliest books, they're always talking about like their tribe, and all the laws and stuff are basically directives on how to operate within the tribe. For God's sake, they literally
Yeah.
call them tribes. And
Mm.
that's one thing. But obviously, when it comes to these ideas that arise, oftentimes it starts off as a sort of anarchic belief where it's not it's not really held and standardized to like a great extent. It's basically like it comes about and you're like, oh yes, this makes sense. Like, there's like a god of like harvesting, and if we do something wrong, maybe like our harvests become bad or whatever. For the Jews, um, these aspects of God got centralized into one thing, influenced by like their surroundings, like the Zoroastrians, they're not exactly monotheists, but they have a concept that's basically like a god who's very overarching, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And
Keep
also
it
other like also other religions that we probably don't even know of in the region who were monotheistic. One strong God, and it influenced their idea of God. And like
Well,
that's the sort of thing. Like first, it starts off anarchic, unstructured, decentralized belief. Especially like Zoroastrian was very anarchic for a long time before it developed like a hierarchical like clergy, and these clergy like standardized the books, and they uh standardized the teachings and philosophy and dietary restrictions and what you can and can't do in whatever tribe. It basically gets
right.
centralized into these communities, starting as something that binds people together. The ruling classes form in these communities typically over like private property or land ownership, and battles and acquisition and stuff, and they
Mhm.
use that as a tool to further consolidate power, and also to give people directives that are wholly inspired,
Yeah.
uh, and that's usually like obviously some religions diverge from this in some senses. There's for example Christian communities that died out early on into the Roman, like when the Roman Empire became, I don't know if it was a republic at this time, but when the Roman Empire became Christianized, right? There were a
Mhm.
lot of Christians who resisted that, um, and those Christians ended up dying out because when it came to the structure of the ruling class ideology, it was either you got with it or you kind of just kissed the you kissed the earth and went, you faded along with it, right?
Mm.
Right.
And that's the thing you notice all throughout history. Like there are hundreds and thousands of Christian denominations that are probably like 90% wiped because they didn't adapt to the times because they kept to that sort of anarchic theory, that their anarchic practices
that were decentralized and centered around like personal belief and what you can do and etc. And like Jewish tribes and stuff that had the same thing until like a certain orthodoxy won out. And in case you were wondering, orthodox actually comes from two Greek words, ortho and dox, whatever. But it means correct opinion. It literally means correct opinion. So orthodoxy is basically saying we are the correct interpretation of the doctrine.
Correct
Dude,
or like
I think
most accurate to the text? Is that
No,
what
like
you're
ortho literally means correct.
no,
interesting.
yeah.
And that's that's why Marx said, the first step to any critique is a critique of religion. I think he says that for German society specifically because religion is so like tied and bound to German society. But
Yeah.
like understanding the critique of religion, like understanding the material foundations for religion, you kind of get such a massive like eureka moment of like, oh shit, like it was all like power and politics and ruling class ideology taking over.
Yeah.
The matter is like applying that more broadly to class.
So fucking true. So fucking true.
Can we get a
So
true
fucking
on
true.
this? Can we get a true on this? Recording Discord Bear, can we get a true?
True.
Very true.
Now recording.
To change the subject.
Okay.
Have you guys seen this is stupid, I don't even care. Have you guys seen Sean Schemmel crashing out about Dragon Ball Z Abridged?
No. Did he get mad? Is this recent?
Yeah. Well, no, it was about 2 weeks ago when this happened, so it'll probably be
it's new.
out.
What'd he say?
So like I guess there'd been instances before where people are like where people ask him about what he thinks about Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and he gets
kind of pissy about it.
pissed off about it. Well, not absurdly until now, because like the clip that I saw, the guy was like, I don't even think he said anything about it. I think he just said Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and then Sean Schemmel cut him off, and he was like, okay, the online trolling that I've been going through, and you have the audacity to bring up that illegal thing that takes away from Toriyama's legacy. And like, he was like freaking the fuck out about it. It was really weird.
Yeah, well, I've known on like people have asked him at like panels and shit about Abridged, and he always gets like annoyed, and he's like, well, I don't really support it because it's I think it's like an illegal, like it's pirating.
Right.
It's pirating. But I didn't know that he's got like
he gets like really mad about he gets really mad about like people doing his voice too good. Like that's a real thing. Like
that's so funny.
This YouTuber, I didn't watch him, but I saw his video about this. He does like impressions of like Goku and stuff, and he was basically just making silly shit posts where he's like, fuck around and find out. Like he was doing that basically. And Sean Schemmel was like, this is fucking AI! This is fucking AI and I want to take it down now!
Yeah, for the guy who voices Goku, he's kind of a hard ass. You think?
I mean, he hasn't done anything that's like, oh, he's a piece of shit. But it's just like, come on, man, come on.
It's also funny because it's not like he hasn't used the Goku voice to say some funny shit. Because there are those like leaked Funimation tapes where he's like, "Can I jack off all over your face and come all over it?"
I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're watching, but I saw a different thing.
Oh yeah, where he's like,
Frieza,
you faggot, fucking fag.
Oh, you can't say
my son's a fag.
You can't say that.
I find it so funny that there's actually so many like audio samples of voice actors just fucking around in their character.
Well, because it's
I don't-
fun, dude. Well, I would totally do that if I had a funny voice. Well, have you? I love the clip of Tom Kenny talking about how he found he did the SpongeBob voice.
Yeah.
How he like came up with it, and he's like talking about that little elf, and he's like, "Motherfucker, dude! Like they just fuck. I knock on wood. I keep the jog, but fuck, dude." And it's just the imagining fucking SpongeBob say that is really
I think I've
really
seen
funny.
that. Yeah.
I think it's so hilarious because of that. I forget exactly what it is, but obviously I'm sure you've seen it of the fucking like. I think it's like Patrick and SpongeBob like unironically like actually just fucking swearing like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
he's
yeah,
like,
from
"I'm
the
sick of
Sailor
this
Mouth episode.
bullshit, man."
No, it was like an actual like leaked thing of them in the booth.
I think that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
from
from the Sailor
episode.
Mouth episode.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it was from what I remember. It's either way.
so
It's,
fucking
it's
funny.
really
And
funny.
SpongeBob's like, what the fuck, dude?
Can you shut your little yellow ass up?
You shot your.
SpongeBob.
Hold on.
Little
Let me
yellow
stop
SpongeBob.
laughing.
Little yellow fucker.
SpongeBob, I'm
Okay.
reeling my fucking dick into you.
What?
That's heckles.
Patrick, I think we're just friends.
Shut the fuck up, SpongeBob.
What
I want you to turn around.
love you.
I want
Let
you
me
to turn
give you-
around and fucking take your fucking boat pants off, SpongeBob.
Let me give you everything.
Italy.
Well,
you two stop fucking.
Well, you two stop fucking.
Can you
Keep fucking me, SpongeBob.
My
You guys
boy.
stop fucking for 5 fucking minutes, SpongeBob.
My
Guys,
boy,
I'm sorry.
SpongeBob. Where do you...
I took the talking point.
SpongeBob, me boy. SpongeBob, me boy. Take his dingling out of your butt. No.
Fucking start. I'm sorry I changed the subject from like
we should rename
philosophical religion
we
to
should-
SpongeBob characters fucking. I'm
we
sorry.
should
Literally.
we should name this episode Goku fucking I don't know.
Goku ejaculates esoterically.
Dragon Ball Abridged is illegal?
Dragon Ball Bridged is blasphemous.
Dragon Ball Z Abridged was
For
created by the
bitch-ass hoe.
Demiurge. DBZ Abridged was created by the Demiurge.
The Demiurge.
Demiurge, that sounds cool as shit.
That's true.
well,
I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
This is the birth of esoteric Wonglovianism.
It's
Oh,
true.
shit, we're almost
They'll
at,
be
like,
citing.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I think it's
I believe-
I
we about spent it.
I think
About
so.
spent it.
I think so.
Well,
we finished it off
good-
with SpongeBob characters fucking and doing the voices and all that. So yeah, I think we've gone full circle. And honestly,
Yeah, pretty much.
I think
That's how
this
we
is a good
started.
episode.
Good time was had by all. I'm pooped.
I
Well,
thought
guys,
it was fun. I had a good time.
as always, remember to listen on Spotify if you're not
Yep.
already. Like and subscribe, rate us 5 stars, follow us on Spotify, send to your friends,
Mhm.
send to your bishop.
Actually,
And-
if you watch this,
Co-
if you watch this and you're not making it to this part, you might be a trick. And honestly,
You might be a trick ass hoe.
yeah.
Okay.
The first person to comment.
For all the true Wonglos, type in
The first-
the comment section. Caleb's a trick ass hoe.
Yep.
Caleb's a trick ass hoe.
And you'll get on.
Yep.
You'll get on
And
the next
we'll see how
episode.
many real Wonglo fans there are. Yeah, you'll get on the next episode. The first comment gets on the next episode.
Yeah, we'll get Caleb's employer on here and we'll talk shit about him. That's gonna be next episode.
Wait, actually, not the next episode. Next episode, actually, we do have a cool guest. He's an Instagram artist named Eye of Newt. He makes cool art. Cool
That's
art.
Cool.
We're gonna
We're
talk
gonna be
about
talking
talk
evil-
about shit. Talk
evil
about
shit.
evil shit, and it's gonna be dope. All right,
Yeah.
Wonglos.
It's gonna be
forever.
awesome. Wonglo's forever. Keep your rod shiny and your brain sharp.
Amen.
On phone M.